We are Empire. Hello everyone, welcome to the brand new series, the third new series on the channel, and the third time of recording this new series, because I've reset it a couple of times. There is a reason behind that, and we'll get into that after our first episode. But as you can see, you got TNA 2004, episode 1 in New Direction. American Fighting League is coming back with WMMA 5. Impact Wrestling is coming back as well, 2017. Episode 1, it's been sold. It has been sold. I need to delete that. I don't know why that's there. So yeah, episode 1 of that is gonna. You would have seen that already. So that's when Anthem bought TNA, but someone else has bought TNA, not Anthem Wrestling. That's all to be seen and enjoyed over the coming days on the channel. You would have already seen this is going to go at the end of the week. This was going to go in the middle. Next week it will go in the middle because of recordings, and not sure if I'm going to get this done or not. It will be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Empire Professional Wrestling. And I'm going to pause now to see who's ringing. Sorry about that. That's what happens when parents don't know how to use a bloody computer. They ring you and ask you how to fix it, and then you have to go tomorrow and do it. Right, so this is our first show. Now, I'm going to be making a few assessments on this show. The first thing is, we're already £40 in debt. We have no money whatsoever. Quite literally started out with £0. But we've gone £40 in debt over the few weeks. We've got no sponsorship, nothing. And also, we've got no prestige and no momentum. And also, we've got no popularity anywhere in the world. We are based in the Tri-States. We're going to do the first show, which I've booked up. I know I'm going to lose a lot of money on the show because of people I've hired, but I need some popular stars to help us grow. And then we'll show you the other companies that are doing this with us and their owners. And then we'll do 4 episodes for the first 3 episodes. Also, the reason we're not going to make money is, this is what I need to tell you, this is what I forget, is all tickets are going to be free. Okay, so what that means is, if we're going to go for free here, with free pricing, you don't charge for entry, so everyone comes in for free. This allows you to build much larger crowd than normal, but you sacrifice all your potential ticket revenue as the show is free. The crowd will be more tolerant for bad matches, and depends on how popular you've been attractive and using your pricing boost potential gains. So you can look at this, see that's 0, so we'd only be getting for a normal price about $7 anyway. So I'm not too bothered about it. We're going to go for free shows for the first year. Hopefully, as I've already done this 3 times, I can tell you that eventually our popularity goes up, our sponsorship money as our popularity goes up, and eventually we cover our own deals. So we open up the night with a freestyle angle where Mankind comes out and Shane Douglas. Mankind comes out and cuts a promo saying who he is and why he's in Empire Pro Wrestling, because this is New Blood Rising. This will be the only time we do this show. And then Shane Douglas comes out and says, well, you think you're so good? Face me. And that gets a nice 24. Nice way to kick off the night. And then a decent match and about a good wrestling and a decent crowd. Shane Douglas to beat Mankind in 8:29 by pinfall the pile driver. Shane Douglas 31, Mankind 38, got 36. Beautiful way to kick off our first match. Great match to start off the first show. Here at New Blood Rising. For 36, I'm happy with that. In a bad superb wrestling, but little heat juice from the Liger defeat Ultimo Dragon 8:29 by pinfall the Liger Bomb. Ultimate Dragon 40, Juice from the Liger 49, they got a 47. Want to welcome both of these guys to Empire Pro Wrestling. Gets 47. Not bad. And then a freestyle angle called the Brooklyn Brawler calls out the Undertaker, so that he is, Tri-State. This is his home club promotion now. He, Empire's based in the Tri-State, so so in New York in front of 78 people at some local pub, and he's like, "This is my crowd. I want to face someone big and strong." And out comes the Undertaker. And in a decent match, the Brooklyn Brawler defeated the Undertaker 12:58 by pinfall. The Undertaker 25, Brooklyn Brawler 27. Not the best match, but got 27. And then a freestyle angle where Sting and Shawn Michaels come out saying that they are the big stars of the promotion. They're quite popular over, they've been doing all sorts in the States. And they say nobody could beat them in Empire. And out come the Steiner brothers. And they say, well, yeah, we can beat you. Let's do it. And that's our main event of the night. And it gets a 27. Ooh. But in a good match, the Steiner brothers defeated Shawn Michaels and Sting in 23:05, when Rick Steiner pinned Shawn Michaels while using the ropes for leverage. Rick Steiner 35, Scott Steiner 35, Sting 28, and Shawn Michaels 32. They got 27 overall. Shawn Michaels visibly upset after the match because Scott Steiner almost injured in a botch move. That means that he needs to improve. But yeah, we can't complain. We got an overall 32, which is not bad at all. Match of the night goes to Juice from the Liger and Ultimo Dragon. So I think next month I'm going to put them two in the main event. Praise for great performance, praise for great performance, and then we'll do Sting. I'm really proud of Sting, so we're going to give him praise. Juice and like scene, please. Ultra Mage Dragon scene, please. Sting scene, please. So let's head to the main screen now, so you can have so we can show you the game world. Also, we're in 1987, so this is the year of WrestleMania 3. The year where Undertaker slammed Undertaker? No, Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant in the Silver Dome in front of thousands of people, even though loads of people did it prior to him. But that's nothing over there. When does WWE ever tell you the truth about history? But yeah, so we're doing it in 1987, as I always have done my local to globals from here in the real world in 1987, and seeing the stars that we know and love grow old and become stars. So let's have a look what people thought. Where is our show? Here it is. And the feedback's been very positive. 78 people came along. We should have gone up by 1 popularity, so 1,657 in debt now, as expected. For our first few shows, we're not going to make a lot of money, and that is perfectly fine. Let's have a look at our finances. 870 on workers, 589 on show cost, 75 on marketing reduction. You see, our merchandise got $16, but we only got $6 on sponsorship, so we're really not going to be pushing the boundaries of let's make a profit for a while. So that name of that event will change next year. I'll sort that out later off screen. But before I show you the game world, we're going to set up our next show, which will be, I know which one I'm doing for this actually. So the next EPW show is going to be Heat. EPW Heat. It's going to be an hour show. I'm not going to be using as many people as I did this time. Tuesday, week 3 of Feb. So yeah, we've got EPW Heat, which I'm really excited about. Got an hour to get this done in. I'm not going to get this done in an hour. I'll have to do one recording before bed. But yeah, we're going to book a few matches for the show. I think the first match will be Ultimo Dragon and Juice and Thunder Liger in a rematch for their epic match at the last show. I might use everybody actually, because I've got some plans for this show. We're also going to do a 6-man tag, which weren't very common at the time. If you know your wrestling, so which will be Undertaker and the Brooklyn Brawler with Shawn Michaels, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner taking on, and then we need Sting on this side. There we go. So that's going to be the semi-main of the night. We'll pre-book that in, and then I'll bring in 2 one-night-only deal people from the tri-state area who have not got jobs, who will be useful. But anyway, let's have a look at the game world. We need to search for our companies. Now, we have got some competition in the US. Active, insignificant, and insignificant. And these are run by some big names. So we've got Dave Meltzer and James J. Dillon, and they're running Bad Idea Pro Wrestling, which is only £45 in debt. Their product is very different. Each company has its own unique product, and we're going to show you that. Where is the product? Here's the product. So Bad Idea Wrestling is currently family. No, this shouldn't be family friendly. Hold on a minute. This has gone wrong. Because that's meant to be country fried then. Family friendly, right? View profile. Is it still called family friendly? So yeah, this is Western Pro Wrestling stripped down. It's all about larger life characters. Yeah, this is not gone right. I need to go in and edit these because these shouldn't be family friendly anymore. This is meant to be product wrestling. See, this one's worked. This is wrestling as a sport, so the stereotypical Eastern style. This is where wrestling is treated as a sport. Fans want to see good quality matches, none of the hoopla that is associated with the Western style. So that's what Lone Pro Wrestling are doing, very similar to New Japan. And as you can see, they've got quite a decent looking roster for that. Adrian Street, Barry Orton, Bart Barrett, Billy Run. And I will see what show they do, and then we'll bring that show on, and we'll show you the recent results of these. And then we've got Outlaw Championship and Wrestling, which is also going to be... No, this is not family friendly. This was hardcore. This was Attitude Era Entertainment. So yeah, I need to go in and sort these products out again because they haven't worked. This one will become... He's got quite a good roster as well. So you've got Bill Apter. If you don't know who Bill Apter is, he's one of the people... Here you go. The Bill Apter is a journalist. So yeah, he's going to be... This is meant to be hardcore. Country Fried Wrestling is meant to be family wrestling, and it's being run by Bruno Sammartino. And then Bad Idea Wrestling's got Dave Meltzer as the owner. Obviously, we know who Dave Meltzer is, and James J. Dillon. So yeah, that's quite cool. But I will sort out the So that's meant to be sports entertainment. Empire Outlaw and Outlaw is meant to be hardcore, and Bad Idea is meant to be a hardcore as well. But Bad Idea is meant to be Attitude Era, and Outlaw Promotions are meant to be full on hardcore. But I'll go and fix that, and we'll see you at the next show. We've got a big one planned. We'll see you at the other side as Empire Pro Wrestling rolls on. So I remembered when I paused this, but we forgot to look at the size, and I wasn't going to stop the loading thing. We gained 1 popularity, so we're now only 1 popularity in the U state. We lost £1,374 last month. Not to be sniffed at. Stinger doesn't have a gimmick, so let's sort Sting out, shall we? Let's give him a gimmick. Get some inspiration. I don't know if the power and paint gimmick's in this, because that's normally what he has. There we go, power and paint. We're going to use creative and unique, and there we go, that's Sting done. Shawn Michaels doesn't have a gimmick, he has called momentum. We're going to call it, we're going to have him as the showstopper for now. If he sticks around in our company and doesn't get taken by WWE, we might find a way of bringing in the Heartbreak Kid storyline and gimmick for him. And then these two, I'm just going to prepare a gimmick, get some inspiration. I want badasses. There we go, badass, confirm. Just so everybody has a gimmick, because I've sorted out everybody's, including ourselves. What's it called? Production. Not production. Where is it? Help me out, guys. Product. That's production. We need product. So I've sorted out everybody's product. Our product, of course. No, that's production. So that is the right one. I always get confused. So we've got Classic Sports Entertainment. So we are basically a independent carbon copy of WWE. As you can see, Bad Idea Wrestling now 6,000 in debt. Have they had a show? Oh, they've had 2 shows. So we'll have to have a look at them and see what they've done with them. For some reason, it's still saying there Family Wrestling. Fine, family friendly pro wrestling for them. I've left. It's not meant to be. I don't know why it still is, unless they've changed it back. Because I might have not done Bad Ideas. So we'll keep Bad Ideas as it is, actually, because we've got PG Sports Entertainment here, and with Country Fried Wrestling, run by Bruno Sammartino. Lone Wolf, of course, we know what that is. That's Seeking IC's pro wrestling, the same as Thingamy. And you got Hardcore Lucha Libre. So let's have a look at these two. So this is So this was on Saturday week 1, and they got a filthy 54 for it. Only 49 people, not broadcast. So Dave Shannon defeated Mike Rapids. There's an interview with Sid Vicious. Gee, Sid Vicious. How much is he going to cost? $40 per show. Do you know what? Sid Vicious, welcome to Empire Pro Wrestling. $40. I'm not going to refuse that. $40 for Sid Vicious is a brilliant offer. So then there's an interview with him. There's a brawl between Jack Victory, Buddy Roberts, and Tim Pritchard, and Mike Jackson, Chris Champion, and Barry Orton. Then Sid Vicious defeated Tony Anthony by countout. Jack Victor, Buddy Roberts, and Tim Pritchard defeated Mick Jackson, Chris Champion, and Barry Orton. Chris Evans defeated Fred Ottoman for the BIW Wrestling Spirit title. And Randy Rose defeated Barry Horwitz for the BIW Big Gold Belt. Quite surprised at Barry Horwitz, because he's quite an expensive guy to have on the roster. He's $90, which is not bad, actually. Randy Rose, $140 per show, so they're not spending too much. They've got some good stuff. Let's have a look at the first CFW show, which was held in Dublin. Ron Harris defeated Jason Knight in the opening angle. Then there's a backstage segment with Jason Knight, an interview with Bruno Sammartino. Spike, Hubbo, and Vic Steamboat defeated Ken Timbers and Doug Summers. Bill Owen defeated Bobo Brazil Jr. And then Mike Shaw defeated Scott Casey for the CFW television title, which is interesting because they're not on telly yet. Lone Wolf, Tess and Wills, got a 52, and they've got 60 people in. Are they going for free shows like us? I don't know. But they've got minus 23,000. Jesus. That's probably because of who they've got on the roster. Look, we've got Mark Young and Billy Murky defeating Art Barron and Barrett Barron. Sonny Rogers defeated Sean Riddle. Fred Altman defeated Mark Youngblood. Gary Roy defeated Rick McCoy. Tony Charleston defeated Denny Brown. Rib Rogers defeated Graham Kane for the LPW television title. Sam Houston defeated Brad Armstrong for the LPW heavyweight title. Dave Shannon defeated Johnny Rich, and Brickhouse Brown defeated Drew with Agent Street, which is not bad at all. And then let's have a look at OCW Uproar. Stony Brook defeat Rain Bloom. Scott Pearson, Ruth Jones, and Bill McKee defeat Alan West, Rick Rogers, and Ron Fuller. Dick the Bruiser Jr. defeat Don Brass. David Silshes defeat Hans Skoda, and Jerry Velveteen defeat Chris Youngblood. So this is Bill Apter's company. I don't know if I have sorted out the product for this. So they're hardcore lucha libre. That's basically what they're going for. One Wild Night, and that's where this all comes into. Look, Dick the Bruiser Jr. Alan West defeated Bill Melky and Scott Putsey. Chris Youngblood defeated Nova Austin. Rick Rogers defeated Sweet Brown Sugar for the OCW Big Gold Belt. Dave Salshers defeated Mighty Giannetti, and Jerry Velton defeated Ruffalo Jones in a dog collar match for the OCW Intercontinental. I will go through and change all the titles so they actually match the company, like we did when we did a global to global. If you go back in time with that. I'm going to keep the companies as they are. And we'll sort out all the title belts. I will go back in at some point down the line in Game Editor and just sort the names out and stuff so they make more sense. But we're not going to have titles called Empire. We're not going to have the Empire World Heavyweight title. I've decided we're going to go with Global Force. So we're going to have the Global Force Wrestling titles. So you can move titles around, but that's fine. So yeah, we've got the Global Force title, and we're going to start the tournament this coming tonight on EPW Heat. Not worrying about that. I wanted to do merchandise, and we start the upgrade. So we're starting the upgrade now. That means we start upgrading that, and that means we're going to get more money from the merchandise. I know that's something that people get peeved at. So let's go to tournaments. I like tournaments. New elimination format. 8-person, and the first one is going to be Juice and Liger and Ultimo Dragon. We're going to then have Sting and Scott Steiner. We're then going to have Shawn Michaels and Rick Steiner, and then we're also going to have The Undertaker and the Brooklyn Brawler, and they will go. As you can see, these three teams are going to be in action against each other, and it's going to open up with that. Next month it'll be Scott Sting Taylor Steiner, then Michaels versus Swick, and this is going to be for the GFW World. Oh God. World Heavyweight Championship. So we're going to create that tournament now. That looks amazing. There we go. So that's all set up. The 8-person elimination tournament. Tonight we've got EPW Heat. So what I want to check now is just make sure that availability, everyone's still available. Yes, they are. So another reason why I've restarted this 3 times is I did something with the NWA, and that is all the titles which were currently held by Jim Crockett Promotions have been moved over into the alliance. So you've got the NWA World Heavyweight Tag Team, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, the Tag Team Champions. You've got Trudy Branch as the Television Champion. Terry Funk is United States Heavyweight Champion. United States Tag Team is Bobby Thornton and Tommy Rogers. World Junior Heavyweight is Marty Jannetty. 6-man tags is Graham Mokus, Liz Mark, and Ray DeJasco. World Women's is Heidi Lee Morgan. And Florida Heavyweight is Ed Garnett. So I'm not too sure if we are eligible for the NWA. I would like to say we're not at this point, but you're eligible. Yeah, we've been rejected because of JCP arguing against it because we're so small. But it's something I would like to do at some point in the future, become a part of that and see what happens. But yeah, so tonight it's time for Heat, and we've got some good matches planned. No, everyone's going to be here tonight, so we're going to get on with it. Auto-book venue? Yeah, no, not going to happen. We're expecting very little tonight, I think. Yeah, 92 in attendance. So we're going to select a nice generic venue. No backstage incidents tonight. That's awesome. So we're going to open up the night with a freestyle angle, which is going to feature The Undertaker. He's going to be rated on his Menace. He will be joined by Scott and Rick Steiner, who will be rated on Star Quality and I'm going to do these. I'm actually going to try something tonight. We're going to do everyone in this angle under entertainment. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to do everyone rated on entertainment tonight. And they're going to be joined by Sting, Shawn, and Brooklyn Brawler. Now, I can't do an angle with... I'm going to do that as an 8-minute angle. I'm going to script everybody. I think someone might get annoyed. I think we'll say book segment, 9 minutes. Now, the reason I'm doing that as a 9-minute angle is because it's going to be important to this match. This match is going to go 17 minutes. This is going to be our storytelling match. It's going to be Dominant. No, we're not going to have Dominant. We're going to have Open. We're not going to have a winner because we're going to end in. I don't really do this, but we're going to do double count out finish. So it's going to end in a draw, this opening match. We will fit in another match in the middle, as I said, which will then give us our free match. The only reason I do that now, I don't think I need to worry about it now because we actually ain't got the free match aims, so that's fine. Now the issue we've got here is Juice van der Liger. Can he talk English yet? Personal talk popularity, personal info. He speaks passable English, so we could have Juice and Liger come out and cut a promo. Ultimo Dragon I looked at last month with Yoshihashi, and that was holding him back as well. Yeah, he's not going to get there yet, so we can have him off screen and do Liger come out and cut a promo on him. So we'll do that then. So we'll have Juice and Liger come out, we'll rate him on entertainment, we'll have him scripted, Ultimo Dragon off screen, and then we'll give him around about 4 minutes to basically hype up the main event before Yoshi Ultimo Dragon, aka Yoshi-Hashi, comes out. This is going to be a spectacular main event. It's going to be 27 minutes with Juice van der Liger going forward in the first round. Script, open, decisive, pinfall. I'm going to have spectacular on there as well. And then we also want to set this to have a slow build. And that should give us the time of day. Now, our product, I says for not be a true world class record. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We're not going to have anything less than 15 minutes from now. Let's have a look what analysis says. You expect to advance at least one storyline and none are being featured. Okay. So that means we're going to have to start storylines. I don't normally do storylines this early on in the series, but we've got a thing that makes us do it. So what we'll do is we're going to edit the GFW Heavyweight Championship copy. How many storylines am I recommended and need? EPW need at least 2 storylines with more than 15 heat to meet the demands of the fans. So we're going to need 2. So I'm going to paste this in. And what we'll do here is we'll do Juice van der Liger, the Brooklyn and Ultimo Dragon. And we'll also throw the Brooklyn Brawler and Undertaker into this. And then we'll do a separate storyline for Shawn and Mankind and Rick and Scott, and that way then I meet the demands, and this will just be the, and I'll just call this PT2. I know it's a bit cheaty, but I ain't got enough workers to do 2 separate storylines, so we're going to have part 2 and part 1 of the GWF World Heavyweight storyline. That then covers our backs. Booking analysis, no commentator, no announcers, but they're not necessary. Awesome. So we ain't used Mankind tonight, we ain't used Shane Douglas, that's fine. We won't use them tonight. That will probably cut down the prices because of the amount of money we spent last month. So out come the Undertaker and the Steiner Brothers. They're cutting a promo in the ring, saying how they're going to beat up Sting, Shawn Michaels, and Brooklyn Brawler here tonight. And then out come the Brooklyn Brawler, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, Sting, and then out they come, and they have this back and forth in the ring. We've got 95 free people, and this is why we're doing free. More eyes on the product. And in about good heat and decent wrestling, the Undertaker and the Steiner Brothers defeat Drew with the Brooklyn Brawler, Shawn Michaels and Sting in 16:43 following a double countout. The Undertaker 18, Scott Steiner 30, Rick Steiner 34, Sting 21, Shawn Michaels 29 and Brooklyn Brawler 27. Not bad. A 30 rating is not bad. And the Juice van der Liger is backstage and he's calling out Ultimate Dragon saying that tonight he will advance in the ring, sorry, not backstage. And he says he's going to advance, he's going to go forward in the tournament. And he doesn't care who we're facing the next round because he is going to win the whole thing and become the Global Force Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Get a 26 for Undertaker. Didn't do as well as last time, but in about a decent wrestling pedometry, Juice van der Liger defeated Ultimo Dragon in 27 minutes and 5 seconds by pinfall the Liger Bomb. Ultimo Dragon only got a 17 tonight and Juice van der Liger only got a 26. Not as good as they did last month. We're going to finish the show. And he got a 27. Increased popularity in one region. I'm not going to do a speech tonight. We're just going to finish off and move forward with our lives of our second show. Not as good as the first, but that's fine. We've got teething problems. We're a new company, just out of the bloodwork. So let's have a look and see where we are financially, which is going to be awful. I might not even bother looking at finances for the first until at least June time. and then we're going to set up our next show where we're going to have 2 first round matches at our next show. So let's have a look at that EPW heat. It's better from a company that tiny, which is amazing. 27 and a 93, not bad. As I say, we're quite small, and it's the recent rules of oh god. Corey's now to email me. That's interesting. So we're now 3,800. Oh, get away. 800 in debt. Now the reason for that is our size. As you can see, we're now 2 popularity, and that's going to allow more sponsorship money to come in. As you can see, we got more. Eventually, that sponsorship money will be able to cover this. But I think we need to think about that. So next month, we're going to do an event. Let's see what we're going to do. EPW fully loaded, because I love the logo for this. Fully loaded. We're going to do 1 hour time limit. Tuesday, week 2 of March. EPW fully loaded, and on that night we're going to see tournaments. Where's tournaments? So yeah, we've done that. So it'll be Sting, Scott Steiner, Sean, and Rick. So we're going to pre-book them in now. That just means we get more people wanting to come and see the show. We'll also make sure we use Mankind and Shane Douglas on the show. Yeah, so it's going to be Sting and Scott, and then Rick and Sean on this show. We might do the other one as well. I'm not sure yet. That's going to get a 15-minute time limit, because I don't want to do short matches. We want to do as long as possible matches if wrestlers can be bothered to do it. So we're going to have Sting in that. We're going to have Brooklyn Brawler and The Undertaker. We're going to get all of the next first round matches done at this show. And that's going to get 30 minutes. I will fix this on the actual night when we get there. And then we're also going to get to see, as I said, Shawn Michaels and Rick Steiner taking it on the Dogface Grandman. So that's all going to be happening at our next show. I'm going to hire a couple of more wrestlers like Sid Vicious. I have got my eyes on another guy. I'm going to see if I can find him now. If I can reset all this, I might be able to see him. And there he is. Yokozuna. He's under exclusive written. Damn. But yeah, I would love to get Yokozuna in at some point. We'll shortlist him. We're just going to reset everything. 60 per show, Coup Gold. Yeah. See, I need someone to come in and work. Talk. Yeah, he's not interested. That's fine. $17,600 per show. Jesus. This shows you the difference in it. Let's bring my favourite. We'll bring in Archangel. Normally he can get. Yeah, he's not interested in doing this in this game. It's really annoying, really, because most times they are normally willing to do it. Everyone seems to be using Barry Orton. He's $2.90 per show, which is not much more than what we're paying now for wrestlers. So we're going to bring in Barry Orton. He's not going to appear on every show. I'm going to start cutting back now. We're £3,000 in debt, but we are increasing our popularity. We'll see you next month's show where we've got those 3 big matches, and that's the only matches on the card. I ain't adding any more. We'll see you next month. Welcome back. I worked out why last month's show was so bad. For some reason, I even looked at the screen and went over it, and I've just looked back. It just now hit record, and it was the product. It's been set to Sports Wrestling Entertainment style. We're not ready for that yet. That is something we want to do later on, but it's not something we want to do now. We only lost £806 last month, which is an improvement to what we were doing. I can cope with £800. Let's have a look. We've got £1,336 in sponsorship money. And in my opinion, if that's covering the workers' wages, the rest of it's coming out of our own pockets. So it's covering workers' wages now. So tonight we've got EPW fully loaded. We have got Barry Orton and Sid Vicious both on the roster, but they're not going to debut tonight. They'll debut next month, probably. But this is going to... I've looked at the calendar. There's no easy way of looking at the calendar in this game. But if we do 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, that will give us 4 episodes, and we should be at the end of the year, if my math's correct. So we're going to do 1 more episode. I'm going to see what size we are at the end of it, and then we're going to see if we can continue improving our size and eventually make some profit. It might take us till June before we get that size where we're making profit. But we'll see. Tonight we've got 3 great matches on the card for the first round. We've got 2 popularity, only 96 venues, so we're going to select a generic venue. I could go in and import a load of venues, but I'm not going to because that means bloody sitting here and importing stuff and I ain't got time for that. So tonight we're going to do 3 angles for this show. It's going to open up with the Brooklyn Brawler and the Undertaker having a bit of a Barney. Oh, we've got incidences waiting for... Oh dear. There's going to probably be someone who's not even being used tonight, Shane Douglas. Stern warning. He's been happy. Nothing to worry. Happy. Right, good. Give him a stern warning. Right, so we're going to do this. Let's do this. Right, so our opening angle will be the Undertaker and Brooklyn Brawler. The Undertaker... the Brooklyn Brawler. We're going to do Undertaker on Menace. We've kind of established that's best where he's best put. We haven't scripted. I'm not sure. I'm just going to put him on Entertainment, but I haven't scripted. We'll check the Brooklyn Brawler now. So we click on the roster. We have a look at Brooklyn Brawler. Down here, Stunning, Consistency, Safety, Stamina, Toughness, Menace. See, he's basic, he's Menace, so it's once again going to have to be another angle with Menace. 2 Menace, people rated on Menace. There we go, Menace and Menace, awesome. So that's good, that's going to get 4 minutes for doing these 2. And then we'll pre-book that match. That's the Brooklyn Brawler versus the Undertaker. Now, I'm going to give this 16 minutes just because I want the Undertaker to go over. Script, open, and pinfall and decisive. Undertaker is going forward in the tournament. As you can see here, the Undertaker versus Brooklyn Brawler. Jason Liger's gone forward, so we're going to pre-book Sting versus Shawn Michaels versus Rick Steiner next. Shawn Michaels on his sex appeal, and Rick on his star quality. And then we'll see how well that does. We'll give them 5 minutes. I'm going to check Rick a minute. Let's have a quick look at Rick Steiner. Where is he? Oh, he's all the way up here. Rick Steiner. Yeah, star quality is quite good. His Menace is good as well. I think we're going to do Menace as 1 better. So we're going to rate him on Menace. He's going to come out and they're going to cut a promo about how they're going to win the tournament. No, I'm going to win the tournament. No, you. No, I am. We'll add that in. Yeah, there. It's quite a good tournament. 17 minutes. Shawn Michaels. Script. Pinfall. Decisive. Open. So Shawn Michaels is going to beat Rick Steiner. There we go. And now we're going to add an angle now. Which will be... I'm not going to write an angle. What am I on about? We're going to do a freestyle angle with Sting, which is going to be rated on his star quality. And we'll do the same for Scott Steiner as well. We're going to rate him on Menace, because I know his Menace is pretty good. And this is going to be the main event of the night. These 2 will face. Given this angle 4 minutes, we're going to book that in. And then we're going to book the final match of this episode. And these guys are going to get a 25-minute slobber knocker fest. Scott Steiner is going to go for us. Scott Steiner, dominant, open. We're not going to have it, no, open, slow build, decisive, and we're going to do submission. And that will be the main event tonight. Now, I have got some time left on this show. Not a lot. We ain't got any time left on the show. We need to cut 2 minutes. We'll cut 1 minute from that match, and we'll cut a minute from this match as well. There we go. We're within those limits. Now we need to penalise because we ain't got 3 different match aims. We're going to put this down to 14. And just set this up as a hardcore match. You know, they're going to use weapons and stuff. We're then going to do Shawn Michaels versus Rick Steiner. That's going to be storytelling. This is why I thought it was odd last month, and I didn't really pick up on why. And then Scott Steiner will... this will be a spectacular match. Spectacular. Right, book the matches. We've got 73 minutes after the match, because that means that Scott Steiner's going to go on and face Jason Liger. After the match, Jason Liger's going to come out and we'll use star quality for him, and then we'll do Scott. and then they're going to have a stare down, and that's how we're going to close out the night with a stare down between these two, who will face next month in the main event, and we'll book that for 2 minutes. Right, let's start this show, shall we? So, open up the night with Freestyle Angle, where the Undertaker says he's going to win, and Brooklyn Brawl comes out and says, "No, I will win this, because I'm better than you." It's 27. The match did a 32, so in a decent match, the Undertaker defeated Brooklyn Brawler in 12:40 by pinfall the Tombstone. Well done to Undertaker going forward. He will face the winner of the next match, I do believe. Does he face Juice Liger next? I don't know. If I put this wrong, it's my fault. So, lack of anything happening in this segment's problem, even though it's part of the storyline. So, an angle with Shawn Michaels and Rick Steiner feeds Shawn Michaels and Rick Steiner. They're basically telling each other they're going to win. And then in above had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Shawn Michaels defeated Rick Steiner in 16:40 by Pivot the Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels 30, Rick Steiner 35, got a 34. And then our main event tonight is Stingtail and Scott Steiner, same sort of promo, saying how they're going to win the GFW tournament. And then in a decent match, Scott Steiner defeated Sting in 24 minutes 32 by submission. This match was part of the GWF World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Sting 28, Scott Steiner 30. And that's where then Juice von Liger comes out and stares, and these two have a stare down to close our final show in this part. And he gets a 31. Not bad. I'm really happy with that. A 31 I can cope with. I think... Told that they're awesome. Told that they're awesome. Told that they're awesome. Yeah, they did. They were all awesome tonight, and we're going to go through and we're going to see how well we did. We're not going to make money, but what I want to see is if our size has gone up, because we need to get to that all-important 15 popularity. Once we're up the size, we're going to have to get more brokers in. I know that much, but I think we need to really work on trying to think. Anna Frat. I swear we had him in one of my other series, but we had feedback's been very positive. That's good. So we're going to set up next month's show before we finish. We're going to have a quick look at those companies as well. So let's go to events and TV. One of our next shows will be one of our big four when we actually start doing proper pay-per-views. So we want this to stand out. And so let's have a look what we can get for that. Greed, Heat, Halloween Havoc. I want to use that. Gen Mayhem. No holds barred. There we go. EE. One of our big pay-per-views is going to be called No Holds Barred. That looks amazing. Whoever makes these logos does a really good job. And it's going to be 1 hour. It's going to be on Tuesday, as it always has been, week 2 of April. And it's going to be active. There we go. So that's going to be our next show. And as we have announced already or hinted at, we're going to do our next few rounds of the tournament. It's going to be a big night because we're going to finish the tournament off as the Undertaker will take on Shawn Michaels in our opening 2 matches tonight, and we will complete the tournament and crown the first champion next month. So we've got Undertaker taking on Shawn Michaels, and then we've got Juice von Liger taking on Scott Steiner. If anyone can work out where this tournament's going, well done to you. And Juice von Liger versus Scott Steiner. I'm not going to announce anything else of the show, but that's the final 2 semi-finals for the tournament, and then we'll do the final on that show as well, which will be the main event. But yeah, let's have a look at our size. So we're now 4 popularity, so we've jumped 2, which is brilliant. Which does mean if we go to our finance screen, if I can find it, we've got 498. I think that'll go up to around about 1,500 sponsorship money this year. We're not spending as much on workers this month, as you can see, so hopefully it'll go up next month. We can spend a bit more, but we're only £3,915 to £594, and we only lost £806 last month. So I'm not too worried about the finances. I think we have a bit of time to sort out. Let's have a look at our other. So BWI have only done 2 shows. Rip It Out, which was in February, and I think we went through all that, so that's fine. They haven't done another one yet. And they've also done Massacre, but they ain't done another one yet. That's fine. Countrified Wrestling have done one. School of Tradition, they've done another one. So Doug Summers insulted Baba Brazil Jr. in an ring interview. Spike Hubbard cut a promo on Mike Shaw in an interview with Bruno Sammartino. Then Buddy Rogers and Bobo Brazil defeated Ron House and Ken Timbers. There's a backstage segment with Jason Knight. Ice King Parson and Doug Summers and Jason Knight defeat Denny Cross, Scott Casey and Scott Peterson. Bill Irwin defeat Vic Steamboat to retain the Universe title. Mike Shaw defeats Spike Hubbard to retain the television title. Not a bad show, really. Has Empire done another show? Yes, they have. They've done a show called Fully Loaded. And that was us. What am I on about? I'm on about 7 Deadly Sins. Let's have a look what happened there. So Scott Armstrong defeated Brett Bahr Bart Bannett. Danny Brown defeat Art Bar. Sonny Rogers and Gary Royal defeat Milky Bros to the LPW International Tag Team titles. Bob Bradley defeat Greg Guns. Tony Chelsea defeat Brickhouse Brown. The Snowman, John Lord and Larry Zabisco defeat Jeff Gaylord, Porkchop Crash and Johnny Rich. Ice King Person defeat Steve the Great Dane. And Rick Rogers defeat Fabulous Sons Tony LPW television title. And they got a 44. And in Outlaw Championship, have not done another one yet, so we'll see what they do in the future. But yeah, we've lost a bit of money. I'm gonna go downstairs and watch I'm a Celeb now. This is episode 1. Hopefully you're gonna enjoy this series. It's the local to global. And as I say, all the shows are going to be free for the foreseeable future. We've got a huge show planned next month. And I will be debuting Barry Orton and Sid Vicious at that show. So it might cost a bit more, but that is all we're going to do. We're going to do 2 matches. It's going to be a bigger card because we're going to have the finals of the tournament as well. But I want the titles not to be about Empire Pro Wrestling. I want them to have a different name, and that's what we've done. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, first episode, and we'll see you guys again real soon.